Live from Studio 46, this is CBS2 News at noon.
A Suffolk County judge on the other side of the law after allegedly breaking into a neighbor's home and stealing underwear.
Some sunny weather predicted for the holiday weekend after some periods of rain, but could some winter weather be close behind? Vanessa Murdock has more.
Plus, Christians across the city celebrating Good Friday with the annual Way of the Cross. I have a live report from the procession. Good afternoon. I'm Dick Brennan in for Chris Raggi.
And I'm Mary Calvi. Hundreds of people will walk from St. James Cathedral Basilica in Brooklyn to St. Peter's Church in Lower Manhattan to mark this Good Friday.
Take a live look at Vatican City, where later today Pope Francis will preside over a Way of the Cross procession at Rome's Colosseum. A liturgy is going on right now to kick off the weekend celebration leading to Easter.
CBS 2's Jenna DeAngelis is live in Lower Manhattan with services here. Jenna.
Dick and Mary, today is the day Christians honor Jesus dying on the cross. And as you said, hundreds of people made their way across the Brooklyn Bridge here. You can actually see them behind us. They're saying a prayer on this holy and solemn day. Good Friday began for many, gathering at St. James Cathedral Basilica in Brooklyn.
Good Friday is the most solemn day of the year for Christians.
Caitlin Black is among those taking part in the act of devotion commemorating Christ's Passion, known as the Way of the Cross.
I get a real sense of community, which I think is important. I also get a real sense of closeness to Jesus and to the city.
Beginning at a church in Brooklyn, thousands can be seen following the cross, walking over the Brooklyn Bridge.
It's important because, we're just walking the same way Jesus did.
13-year-old Micah Simmons walking in his late father's footsteps, who he says was known for carrying the cross in this annual tradition. Now Vladimir Kuzman takes on the honor in this grand proclamation of faith and unity, which began in 1996 with about 24 people.
It's grown quite a bit. There are thousands of people that participate every year now, and it's a humbling experience to see so many people moved by this day.
Even this family that just moved to New York from Italy, where this tradition really began.
We are so happy to be here and live this moment that we reminded about Jesus.
Moving in silence across the bridge, stopping to stations at places including City Hall and Zuccotti Park, joining in prayer to
really bringing Christianity into the city.
At a time for Christians considered the holiest weekend of the year. The group will continue their prayers here, and the Way of the Cross will end with final prayers at St. Peter's Church here in the city. Reporting live outside City Hall, Jenna DeAngelis, CBS 2 News.
Jenna, thank you. The celebration of Passover begins tonight at sundown. Orthodox Jews in Spring Valley, Rockland County, observe the ritual burning of the bread in preparation. Members of the community toss leavened bread into the fire. Passover marks the liberation of the Jewish people from slavery in Egypt. Thousands of years ago, they left in such a hurry they couldn't wait for their bread to rise. Unleavened matzah is eaten during the holiday.
Now to the weather, great conditions lingering in our area, but will it take a break for Easter?
Vanessa Murdock is here with more on that weekend forecast. It's an important one, Vanessa.
It is a very important one for so many. Some showers scattered around the region right now. That remains the trend for today. On the mild side, mid and upper 50s, low 60s. Then tonight at sundown, as Passover begins, 54 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, and a slight chance for a lingering shower. But after that, skies will be clearing. In the meantime, we do have some wet weather around the region. It is going to be a big deal today, but nonetheless, expect periods of rain for some. Otherwise, mainly cloudy and mild. All this because of a slow-moving area of low pressure. So when does it move out? Will we see sunshine this holiday weekend? And what's up with the mention of wintry weather? All those details are coming up in my full forecast. Mary, over to you.
Vanessa, thank you. We're following breaking news right now. The widow of the gunman in the Orlando nightclub shooting has been acquitted of all charges. Noor Salman was charged with lying to the FBI and helping her husband, Omar Mateen, in the 2016 attack that killed 49 people. Prosecutors say Salman knew about her husband's intentions to attack but did nothing to stop him. But the defense claims Salman didn't know because he concealed much of his life from her.
Suffolk County judge is on the other side of the bench today, facing charges in his own courthouse. He's accused of breaking into his neighbor's home and stealing underwear.
CBS 2's Rena Roy is live at the First District Court in Central Islip with more on this story. Rena.
Well, Dick and Mary, this was certainly not a proud moment for District Judge Robert Calvi. This is the building here where he usually comes to work. But as you said, things were different today. He was on the other side of the bench, arraigned on burglary charges in his own courthouse. Some of his staff here even getting emotional during the case. He was once on the same side of the law as the Suffolk County officers, but this morning, 49-year-old District Court Judge Robert Calvi was walked out of the 3rd Precinct in handcuffs with his head down.
Obviously, this case is highly disturbing. This is an individual who swore to uphold the law and violated it in a very serious way. The message here, both from the Suffolk County Police Department and the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office, is that no one's above the law.
Cameras were not allowed in court, but Suffolk County District Attorney Tim Sini says the married father of 3 broke into a neighbor's home on Donna Place yesterday in East Islip around 9 a.m. and stole her underwear from her bedroom hamper. The DA's office says he admitted to doing the same several times in the past.
He did indicate in his confession that he has urges to steal women's underwear. Essentially, the victim was home alone, and she heard someone in the residence. The defendant went to her bedroom.
When he noticed the 23-year-old was home, police say he tried to run, but they caught him nearby with pairs of underwear in a jacket pocket and another jacket with even more of them. His attorney, William Wexler, spoke to reporters outside, saying his family is shocked and trying to cope.
I could see in his face he feels miserable.
We spotted a worker at the victim's home late Thursday changing locks on the front door. Calvi has been served an order of protection to stay at least 100 feet from the home.
As far as I understand, she's a college graduate. She's a friend of my daughter's who's the same age. Grew up together. Very nice person. The whole family's fine. Very nice. Been next to us for a good part of 20 years.
The 49-year-old was elected to the bench in 2015. Before that, he served as Islip town attorney. Officials say the victim interned for the office at one point. Neighbors find the news hard to believe.
Whatever neighbors do for each other, he's always been there for us, and I've always been there for him. And I still feel that way.
We are told Calvi wrote an apology letter to the victim and her family. He is expected to post bail sometime later today. It will then be up to the court to decide his status as a judge. We're live in Central Islip, Long Island. Rena Roy, CBS 2 News.
Rena, thank you. Several people were injured in a car crash in Queens. 2 cars collided on the eastbound side of the Grand Central Parkway between Jewel Avenue and the Van Wyck at around 7 o'clock this morning. The NYPD says 1 car, possibly going fast, rear-ended another car. Police say 3 people inside the second car were thrown to the road. We're told others had minor injuries. The crash caused major backups all morning long.
A violent robbery caught on camera in the Bronx. The NYPD released video of 2 men wanted for stabbing and robbing a man. CBS News' Mark Liverman spoke with the victim.
Terror caught on video. A 55-year-old man seen here being pushed to the ground and attacked. It happened around 11:30 on a Sunday morning.
I got slashed. They cut my eye. They cut my hand, my chin.
One of the only things Rafael Fuentes heard was this.
Where's the money? Or your life? So, take the money. Give me my life. I was scared.
Rafael says he was walking right in front of his home on Echo Place in the Tremont section when the 2 men grabbed him from behind before stabbing him, cutting his face and right hand. Rafael was rushed to St. Barnabas Hospital, scars now above his face and across his right hand.
I don't wish this to no one, but when that happened to a person, that's when you're going to know that your life could be in a point of leaving you, but thanks God that I'm alive.
What you don't see in that video is what happened next. Police say the suspects grabbed $60 in cash and then headed east into Echo Park. The building it happened in front of is owned by Patient-Centered Medical Home, a developer of housing for people with mental illness. Less than 2 weeks later, and Rafael says he's not going to let the attack stop him from living his life.
I don't walk with fear, so I gotta face life.
Take one more close look at those suspects. Police say one of the men was last seen wearing a black hooded jacket, black track pants with a white stripe down the side, and red sneakers. The other, last seen wearing all black. In the Tremont section of the Bronx, Mark Liverman, CBS 2 News.
Coming up, a New Jersey basketball team showing we are better together.
It doesn't matter if it's a disability, but What does matter is that you make great friendship.
A unique program that focuses more on acceptance and less about winning.
A girl looking for a way out instead of falls into a sex trafficking ring. It's a 48 hours investigation, her terrifying story of survival.
Plus, Will Smith tries to get jiggy with a robot, but he might need to work on his approach. We'll explain.